I'd like to start off by welcoming everyone to the political forum for the 5th District Supervisorial race. This forum is being sponsored or brought to you by the Kern County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Cal State, and Univision. So we're really happy that we're able to bring this together and put it together for you guys. I'm Maria Hernandez, and I'm the Community Affairs Director for Univision, and I will be moderating this political forum with my co-moderator, Jay Chansey. He is the President and CEO of the Kern County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are excited to have all candidates with us, and we look forward to getting to know more about them and the issues that they're passionate about. With that, I'm going to pass the mic to Jay so that he can discuss some house cleaning issues or things before we get started. Yeah.
Housekeeping. All right, good evening, everyone. All the candidates will have an opportunity to answer the same question. However, we ask that each candidate keep their question to 2 minutes in length. Candidates will be given 3 minutes for a closing statement after the last question. As you can see, we have a light on the moderator's table in the back of the room. Denise Ornelas, our chair-elect for the Hispanic Chamber, she will be moderating the light, and it will measure the time for each of the candidates. When the green light turns to yellow, you have 30 seconds remaining, and when the light turns red, your time is up. We will stagger the order of questions. All candidates will get a chance to answer a question first and last. Audience, please keep in mind that this is a forum and not a debate. We ask that the candidates do not engage in rebuttals or cross discussions. The questions that are being asked to the candidates were previously collected via Facebook, Twitter, and also emails from the constituents and community here in Kern County. And we thank all of you who have participated in asking the questions. We also ask that our audience be respectful to the candidates, and the audience members, please be courteous by turning off your cell phones and put them on silent, and a talking conversation outside if needed. Finally, we would like the audience members to please refrain from any applause or expressing pleasure or displeasure for any of the candidates on their answers. Except right now, as I invite you to applaud me with a welcome for our 5th District candidates for supervisor. Let's give them a round of applause.
Supervisor Go, Mayor Tarver, and Ms. Perez, thank you for being here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. And the first question, I will read out the first question, and then the candidate that will start off is Supervisor Go. Tell us about your background and why you believe it makes you the best candidate for the 5th District Supervisorial.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Thank you all for being here. I am just so thankful for the opportunity to serve. Who is Karen Go? Karen is a very thankful person, just an ordinary person who's been given an extraordinary life. I was born in India, immigrated to this country at age 7, went to local schools here, went to USC to study music and music education, had a fantastic opportunity because a mentor invested in my life, and that led to my getting recruited to go to New York City to work for the McGraw-Hill companies. I had the privilege of working, starting off as editorial director and then moving on to managing editor, at several vice president positions, and then ending up as vice president of publishing operations. While I was there, I got to see the second plane crash into the World Trade Center, and that helped me understand how short life is and how we need to seize the moment. I have had the privilege of having that Fortune 500 business experience, but then coming back to Bakersfield when my mom was ill, and then getting involved in a nonprofit that serves the most challenged of our community, those coming off welfare, gang-impacted youth, child protective services, kids who are involved with their abused people, and helping them find self-sufficiency and educational advancement as I volunteered for 6 years in that organization. had this wonderful privilege to serve the community, not a career politician, but it was an opportunity to extend what I was able to do serving at Garden Pathways, serving the poor, helping them find hope and restoration, combining that with business experience. And I'm just so thankful for that opportunity. Many of you, many of the constituents have asked me to serve again. They're saying, you've always been there for us. You are always there. What more can we ask of you? And so it's my great honor to be able to have served over the last year and a quarter, and I look forward to serving in the days ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Tarver, you're next. Do you need the question repeated? Let me know.
Repeat the question, please.
The question is, tell us about your background and why you believe it makes you the best candidate for the 5th District Supervisor.
Well, first off, went to school at the University of Utah. Moved back to California after my father passed away. Born and raised in the city of Arvin. Folks have been here since 1947. Know a lot of people in the valley. Been elected 3 times as a public official. I've done service for the people, and I feel that the accomplishments that came along with those 10 years that I've served the folks in our community, that I am ready for another step in a broader direction. It's been a lot positive for me. At first it wasn't, but at this time, and the way things are going in my city, it's pretty good. And I've got to say that I'm always willing and able to serve. I feel that I bring balance to the table, just like I did in Arvin, and I'll continue to bring balance to the table. And that represents all of the people, all of the time, not just part of the time. I just feel that my resume is pretty strong, and back to the education part of it, 10 years of service, but also a few $1 million in education through the city, just in dealing with different situations that are not very normal to a lot of cities. I was there full-time, put in more than 40 hours a week there at the city, and I know that, especially when things were at their worst peak. I had to put a lot of time in, build some good teams, and I feel that I still have the abilities to bring people together and work to the best, that we can for the people in the community.
Thank you. Ms. Leticia Perez, you're next.
Thank you.
Do you need the question repeated?
No, thank you. I am a product of the 5th District. My father, who is present with us this evening, is a farm worker in the Arvin, Lamont, and very exotic community of Weed Patch. He grew up in that community. He had his values of hard work and family instilled in him in the heart of the 5th District. My mother, born at KMC and a graduate of East High, returned back to East Bakersfield after serving amputees during the Vietnam War. Both my parents came back to this community with a full commitment to change the condition of the community and the families around them. They knew they had an obligation to serve, and they passed that down to their children, including myself. I returned home to East Bakersfield immediately after my education. I went to UC Santa Barbara. I studied law and history and philosophy. A wonderful time in this beautiful beach community. I then studied law just outside the great metropolitan area of Chicago, and I fell in love with those places. But I had a tug in my heart and a never-ending gnaw to come home to the 5th District and apply the skills and the education and the talent that I had received back into the families and the youth of the community that raised me. I spent the last 3 years, or rather, I spent 3 years as a planning commissioner demanding that the green energy sector apply the jobs here locally in Kern County. That they consider first the families of Kern County, the families struggling with unemployment and issues of lack of access to education and training. I spent 3 years as a county employee sifting through the departments of the criminal justice system, learning them inside out as they pertain so dramatically to so many residents of the 5th District. I have a vision for the 5th District. I believe in the youth and the families there, and I will lead this district